Why has Mathole Motshekga called for a special NEC meeting? Does Motshekga believe that the special NEC meeting will have a different outcome from the one held last November? And why did Motshekga not raise his concerns within the structures of the ANC? Is there a possibility of the motion of no confidence passing without the ANC MPs who have resigned? What time is it? It's question time. Khotsong and welcome to the show. My name is Mathole Motshekga. Today was quite eventful. President Jacob Zuma is celebrating his 75th birthday in Kliptown Soweto, where the Freedom Charter was adopted in 1955. Also today, opposition party members, civic organizations and thousands of their supporters embarked on a National Day of Action in Pretoria earlier today, that is. They say this is the beginning of a rolling mass action that will continue during the parliamentary motion of no confidence debate. In a twist of events, though, a member of the ANC's National Executive Committee, Mathole Motshekga, has called for an urgent NEC meeting to deal with calls for President Zuma to step down. And indeed, he joins us in studio today. Motshekga, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It was quite surprising that you then came out to say we need to have a special NEC meeting.
It shouldn't be surprising. I'm part of the leadership collective, and therefore I share the responsibility that was given to us by the National Conference of the ANC, and also, more important, the mandate that more than 11 million people, South Africans, gave the ANC to run the country.
But one would say, but why is he raising this now? What's the difference? I mean, there was an NEC last year in November which attempted to deal with the president's matter. Why does he think that it will go through this time?
No, I'm not talking about the president matter. I'm talking about matters that civil society organizations are raising, matters that are being raised in various forums and also in marches. I'm saying the NEC of the ANC is the competent body to deal with those matters, and the ANC NEC is the highest decision-making body in between conferences.
Correct.
And therefore, if society is concerned about any issues pertaining to the running of the country, there's no one else who can address that except the NEC of the ANC.
But what is the civil society and opposition parties say?
I think that is public knowledge, is common knowledge, and the ANC leadership has the capacity to understand what the people are saying, and there are many things that they are saying. All I'm saying is that the NEC must sit down, look at what is being raised, consider that without fear or favor, and consider that on the merits or demerits.
But civil society and the opposition parties are saying President Zuma must go.
If that is one of the issues, then it means they've placed it on the table again, and now the NEC of the ANC is not out of office, is still in office. It has the responsibility to confront any issue that is being raised.
What in particular are you concerned about? You're saying the issue of the president, if that's one, the NEC would have to deal with.
Yeah.
What else is there?
I don't want to prescribe. I'm saying it is open to everybody to listen and see what sections of society are saying. And the ANC cannot bury its head in the sand or fold its arms, because the majority of the people of this country still have confidence in the ANC. They want the ANC to lead. Even those that are criticizing the ANC, they are criticizing the ANC because they are expecting the ANC to do certain things. So if the ANC is unable to do those things that it is called upon to do, the ANC must meet and say, we have considered the following matters and we agree here and advance reasons, or disagree here, advance reasons. Okay. And that will arrest the apparent worsening situation. I think the majority of South Africans wants to go on with the business of their life. They want their children to study. They want peace. They want stability. And only the ANC can provide the peace and stability that the people are looking for.
What outcome do you expect to come out of that NEC if recently there was an NWC which came out with an affirmative position on the president and his leadership?
The NWC is a substructure of the ANC that runs the day-to-day affairs of the ANC.
Correct.
The competent body that can, that is the highest decision-making power in between conference is the NEC, not the NWC. So the next step now is for the NEC to take the process forward.
So do you expect the NEC to come up with a different position than what came up out of the top six and the NWC?
The NEC is not the NWC.
Correct.
And the NEC has the capacity, and that's why it was voted into office. It has the capacity to deal with any issue to the satisfaction of its membership and the electorate. So all that one is calling for is that the ANC must do its work.
But this is the same NEC which failed to take any other decision on President Zuma, and that is the matter at hand at the moment. There's nothing else that what you're saying is let's look at what civil society and the parties are saying. I'm telling you, they are saying President Zuma must go. And if you're saying to me that the NEC has the capacity to deal with any sort of demand, that is the demand that they are supposed to face.
I'm not saying the ANC must agree to this and that, but the ANC cannot sit and fold its arms. If matters are placed on the agenda by a section of the nation, the ANC has to prove them wrong or right through action, not silence.
Structures of the ANC have come out in support.
Which structures are those?
The ANC Women's League today, the president was speaking recently just now at the president's birthday. The ANC Youth League has spoken, MKMVA, the veterans.
The highest decision-making body in between conference, it's not the substructures of the ANC. It is the NEC of the ANC. So the NEC of the ANC has not yet spoken. So it has to speak. The country and the people, the international community are looking upon the NEC of the ANC to speak and provide leadership, because we cannot allow this country to descend into chaos because of inaction of leadership.
Okay. Well, we know who sits in the NEC. And people who sit in the NEC, obviously the NWC, or everybody in the NWC sits on the NEC. The recent extended NWC included chairpersons and secretaries of provinces, which are also members of the NEC.
Chairperson and secretaries are ex officio members of the NEC.
Correct.
A combination of ex officio members and the NWC don't constitute the NEC.
That's correct. But what I'm saying to you is, whatever it is that you want discussed at NEC is likely not to succeed, because the numbers of the numbers within the NEC are, the majority of those are people who actually support the current status quo.
This is not a numbers game. This is a matter of rationality, that the leadership of the ANC has got to sit down and say, what are the issues that are being raised, and take into account, first and foremost, the best interest of the country and its people, and consider all those matters on their merits and demerits without fear and favor.
Now, do you want President Zuma to go?
I am not the ANC. I am not the people of South Africa. But I'm saying the president is a deployee of the ANC. So it is the ANC that must decide whether they still need their deployee or need something else. That I cannot, I have no authority to deal with. And also, the ANC itself derived its mandate from the people of South Africa. So if the people of South Africa call for the removal of any deployee of the ANC, and the ANC disagrees, the ANC has a duty to go to the people and explain why they cannot meet the demand. So the ANC cannot just fold its arms or keep quiet.
Are you finding it difficult as a member of the NEC to go out and do ANC work?
You see, there is no ANC work that is above service to the people. So if the people are unrestful, what other work do? You must prioritize responding to what they are saying, because anyway, the work of the ANC must be done amongst the people, in the interest of the people. So it is important that if there are hitches, we address the hitches so that the work of the ANC can go on.
Do you understand their hitches?
What is happening in the country shows that there are hitches, and therefore this affords an opportunity to the leadership to sit and analyze the situation. But whichever way their analysis and their decisions go, the ANC is and must remain accountable to the people of South Africa as a whole.
I want us to go for a quick break. But quickly, would you mind if President Zuma resigned?
I cannot speak for him.
No, I'm just asking you now.
I cannot speak for him, and I am an individual, and my opinion may be right or wrong, so I don't want to waste my time expressing an opinion which will not take anybody anywhere. That's why I'm calling for a meeting of the NEC.
But your voice matters. I mean,
my voice matters. That's why I'm calling for an NEC, because I want to speak in the NEC.
What are you going to say?
It will depend on the issues that are on the table.
Suppose Aaron Motshekga says he moves for the president to resign.
I will listen to the motivation and make up my mind on the basis of the motivation.
We're going for a quick break, and we shall return shortly. Please don't go away. Welcome back. My guest today is Mathole Motshekga. He's a member of the NEC, and we're talking about his call for a special NEC to listen to what the people are saying. Now, tough times for the ANC in Motshekga?
No. This is an opportunity for the ANC to sit and say, have we gone wrong? Where? And then address the matter. If they've gone wrong, self-correct. If there's a social distance between the ANC and the people, reconnect with the people and redeem itself.
Are you really sure that the ANC is not facing, one of the toughest period in, of its existence? I mean, you have a divided ANC. Do you agree?
I heard Minister Kigawa saying we have a divided ANC. You see, if you don't meet and talk, you are bound to be divided because everyone starts from another angle.
But you meet every month or so at St. George's.
No, the working committee meets every month, not the NEC. The NEC meets after 3 months. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's time now that the NEC must meet. And the NEC has the capacity to deal with any situation. So it must be afforded that opportunity.
But one would say, no, the NEC actually doesn't have the capacity to deal with any situation, because if they did, they would have dealt with the matters that concerns President Zuma last year already.
No, you see, everything has its time. And also, you see, if you do things prematurely, you are likely not to get any results.
Mm-hmm. You are a member of Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
There's a motion of no confidence. There are talks, secret ballot, open ballot, or no ballot, whatever, whichever system you use, which is not secret. What do you prefer?
Motions of no confidence have been before Parliament since 2009. Mm. They are the greatest exercise in futility. Those who bring those motions know the motions will not succeed. Mm. And now we are called upon to travel from all parts of the country to Cape Town to go and do something that we know in advance it's not going to succeed. That is a waste of taxpayers' money. The Parliament is not the forum that has the capacity to achieve what they are doing. The ANC must sit and deal with the matter. Those who have submissions to make to influence the ANC must make the submissions to the NEC of the ANC Parliament. Will just be a waste of taxpayers' money. So those who are calling for that motion, they know it's not going to succeed. They are irresponsible because they want to waste taxpayers' money on something that will never happen.
So what would you say you prefer? Do you prefer the secret ballot or show of hands or whatever?
How do I even make preferences to do what is a futile exercise?
So you wouldn't mind to raise hands there?
Raise hands to do something that is futile.
Yes.
So I am saying that those who are even calling for a motion of no confidence, they want to play games, they want to grandstand. Unfortunately, they want to do so at the expense of the taxpayer, and that is irresponsible. There are much more urgent matters that Parliament must deal with than games.
Now, do I get a feeling that says, even if you may be having your personal concerns about the ANC right now and the way it's handling matters, and in particular about the president himself, you are not going to vote for a motion of no confidence?
I will never do that, and I don't think ANC people will do that, because that is just grandstanding, and we must use Parliament's time to do the things that will advance the interest of South Africans. And those who want to change leadership, they must go and win the votes and change leadership. And ANC must deal with its own deployees If there are reasons to redeploy, the ANC must do that.
Okay.
And the ANC doesn't need the opposition to help it do its work.
There's been this call for people to vote with their conscience. President Mbeki has also joined that. One of members of parliament like Mekoza is also said to have done the same.
I think the time that they used to do that could be used better to deal with issues that would advance the interest of the people. Whether you vote secretly or privately or by show of hands, what has that to do with the needs of the people? People are hungry, they want jobs, they are being humiliated, and people want those kinds of things to be addressed, not grandstanding in parliament for the cameras.
I'm getting a feeling that you are saying, look, whatever problems that we may be having in the ANC, those are our problems. We will resolve them. We don't want the opposition to help us get rid of our president. We'll get rid of him as and when we feel there's a need.
I'm saying that ANC has a solid leadership, and ANC is abreast of the challenges, and therefore the NEC of the ANC must meet. And I'm quite confident that there is no situation that the leadership will not be able to deal with.
What was your reaction towards the reshuffle or redeployment of certain comrades from the ANC? I know it's the president's prerogative, and I know, please don't tell us that part. We are aware. We just want to hear your views.
I was deeply concerned because you see, in the ANC, you have internal processes that influence processes in government. And one of those is that if you are a deployee in government, you still have the duty to consult before you act. And in this case, it has not happened. Of course, I was not there. I understand that there was an explanation for that, and that explanation was accepted. So I can't say it's wrong or right because I was not there.
Do you support that?
What?
Do you support the chopping of certain ministers?
No, you see, I'm concerned with process.
Okay.
And I was unhappy because the process was wrong. But I'm told that that was clarified.
Okay.
To the satisfaction of those who were there.
Okay.
But I was not there.
All right.
But I still believe that the NEC has to be taken into confidence as to what happened, because it is the ANC that should be the final arbiter, not the working committee.
We have run out of time, but let me just try my luck. Are you happy with President Zuma?
I am not the ANC. He's a deployee of the ANC.
I give up. Okay. Yeah, that was question time. Have yourself a wonderful time.